Welcome to Infection Control for Healthcare Food Service Staff Part 1. The CDC estimates that each year 48 million Americans get sick from consuming contaminated food or beverages, resulting in 128,000 hospitalizations and 3,000 deaths. Foodborne illness commonly results in discomfort caused by vomiting and diarrhea and possibly lost time from work. But for young children, the elderly, and those with impaired immune systems, a foodborne illness can be more serious. In this video, we'll talk about how best to perform your work duties to reduce the risk of foodborne illness. We'll mostly be focusing on using proper personal hygiene when handling food in your workplace. This includes proper hand washing, glove use, and work practices to prevent cross-contamination, such as not working when you are ill or eating and drinking in food preparation or serving areas. Hand hygiene is critical in preventing the spread of foodborne illnesses. A recent CDC published study determined 89% of foodborne outbreaks were caused by foods contaminated by unclean hands. The CDC and the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, known as the FDA, recommend washing hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds prior to preparing and serving food. When washing your hands in a kitchen, make sure you use the designated hand washing sink with paper towel dispensers to dry your hands and turn off the faucets or the automatic hand washing station. Sinks that are used for food preparation, dishwashing, or other purposes should never be used to wash your hands. These are designated separately to help prevent the spread of germs in the kitchen. Other important infection control personal hygiene practices you should follow include: keep your fingernails short and clean, and do not wear nail polish or false fingernails. Do not handle food with an infected boil, burn, cut, or sore. Food may be handled if you cover the injury with a clean bandage and wear a glove. Single-use gloves should be worn as follows. Always wash hands before putting on gloves. Do not touch ready-to-eat foods with your bare hands. Instead, wear gloves or use tongs or other suitable utensils. Wear gloves that fit the size of your hands. Do not blow into the glove to make it easier to put on. Do not rinse, wash, or reuse gloves. Wash your hands after removing gloves and before putting on a new pair. Change your gloves as soon as they become dirty or torn. Before beginning a different task. Before preparing food for a guest with a known food allergy. After handling raw meat, seafood, or poultry, and before handling ready-to-eat food. After an interruption that occurs, such as a phone call. Dirty hair, skin, and clothing may carry pathogens or germs that can cause foodborne illnesses. Bathing regularly and wearing clean clothes every day gives customers a good impression and also reduces the chance of spreading infections. It is important to wear fresh, clean clothing that is laundered daily. Clothing includes but is not limited to aprons, chef coats, and uniforms. Remove your apron and store it correctly when leaving food prep areas during your shift. Street clothes and other personal belongings should be stored away from food and food prep areas. Bathing every day using soap as well as shampoo is an expectation of practicing good infection control. In addition to washing and wearing clean clothes, food service workers must cover exposed hair when working in the food prep areas and in areas where utensils and equipment are cleaned, according to facility policies. Food handlers with facial hair may be required to wear a beard cover. Because jewelry has been found to harbor pathogens, rings, bracelets, and watches should be removed before you enter any food prep areas. Now, let's talk about infection control risks associated with eating, drinking, smoking, and chewing gum when preparing food. Saliva contains pathogens that can cause foodborne illness. By placing your hand to your mouth when you are smoking or eating, you put yourself at risk of contaminating yourself as well as food and surfaces in the area. This is why eating, drinking, smoking, and chewing gum are not allowed in the food preparation areas. Food service workers who are ill should stay home until no longer contagious. Germs spread by ill employees can contaminate food, utensils, and surfaces used to prepare food. Food service workers experiencing symptoms of a sore throat with fever, jaundice, yellowing of the skin, or dark tea-colored urine, diarrhea, or vomiting are not permitted to come to work. Supervisors should advise employees to stay home if they report experiencing diarrhea or vomiting. Employees should not return to work until at least 24 hours after the vomiting or diarrhea have stopped. Workers caring for someone, such as a child or parent, who has been ill with diarrhea or vomiting should take special care to properly and thoroughly wash their hands while at work and home.